across it with no anger. There's some dirty blood when he walked into town. He told the preacher he got them around the necks and down. He went to a worship hall and made a fucking mess, goddamn. He chased all of the church to try to find a goddamn. Then he found one in a system, he was going on. They caught him flipping tables, he was going on. They whipped him for death, yeah, he was going on. They got him to the cross, he was going on. Somebody on the inside snitched, now he's caught by the cops, and now he's hanging from the cross, surrounded by a mob. He should've just obeyed the law, but now he's fucking dead. He's never coming back, so good riddance, you fucking win. They found one in a system, he was going on. They got him flipping tables, he was going on. They whipped him for detention, he was going on. They strung him to the cross, he was going on. Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. In a book, to take a look, reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. In a book, to take a look, reading rainbow. I can be anything. In a book, take a look, reading rainbow, reading rainbow, rainbow. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry. Why did I say that? Good evening. Okay, whoa, okay. Hold on. New setup. Oop. Oh my god, there's like a piece of lint on my shirt. I don't like it. It's so unprofessional. Okay. My goodness. Okay, I'm not necessarily at my peak right now. Obviously there's no makeup, in comparison to last time where there was makeup. You know how it goes. Plus, I'm a little sweaty. I showered in the morning. Here's my brush, actually. I could just use a fucking brush. My goodness. Now you know my room is a mess. There you go. Now you know my whole life is not put together. It's a fucking mess. There you go. But, yeah, today we're going to continue this book right here. This one. There you go. Hi. So we're going to be reading I'm Glad My Mom Died Why are you glad your mom died? Holy shit, that's pretty fucking vulgar. No, I'm just kidding. I know there's nuance to it. I know that there is, you know, a point to it all. There is a point to it all. Although I don't... There's a Lena Dunham quote right there. And, not a fan of Lena Dunham, personally. But, you know what? This doesn't have to be about Lena Dunham. Because it's actually about Jeanette McCurdy. And that's valid. As far as I'm aware, Jeanette McCurdy's not a TERF. Or a transphobe, for that matter. I don't know. If anyone ever does find out that she's a TERF or a transphobe, let me know and I'll fucking cancel this whole series. This whole fucking, you know, little internet series where I read her books. But that's not what this is about. This is not about that. Not even close. At least, not yet. Fuck it, what am I talking about? Anyway, we're going to be reading this book, and we've already read the prologue and chapter 1 in the previous, you know, live stream, and so I would recommend that if you have not already, like, tuned into that you go ahead and do that. Like, check part 1, because this is part 2, also chapter 2. I will also say one thing, and that is, Jeanette McCurdy's, like, chapters are a little bit shorter, so we will be reading more than one chapter of this. And don't worry, for those who liked me reading A Country of Ghosts, I still have it. I still very much intend to finish reading it. There are some other books I also do intend to continue reading. And I know a lot of you are here mostly for my, like, anarchist, communist, prison abolitionist, police abolitionist books that I tend to read. Also books about, you know, queer anarchism and, you know, queer radical politics and all that stuff about trans liberation. I will return to those. That's not, like, you know, gone forever. This is not your Valley Girl channel now. So, it is a Valley Girl channel, too. By the way, Valley Girl is in reference to Beverly Hills. I was not in Beverly Hills. At least, no. I was never, like, I mean, I have been to Beverly Hills, but I never lived in Beverly Hills. The last time I was in Beverly Hills was, like, I was driving home from an event that was a drag queen show, and it was in West Hollywood at Hamburger Mary's, and, like, I was trying to find my way home because where the fuck I was going, so I went, like, wherever I felt was correct, and I just ended up stranded in Beverly Hills, so that's why I mention this, because some people say that I have a Valley Girl accent, or a Valley Girl vernacular. Maybe I do, but I think those who've been following the channel very well know where my roots are. And that's punk music. That's punk subculture and punk everything. That regardless, we're going to be reading this. A couple other things I want to bring up before you do read the book. I came out with a new album today, new music album. It is in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. It is the Turf Stomp second album called Tony Scott Pro Debater. No references to Debate Bros in there, actually. I was debating, no pun intended, on making a song called Master Debater, but I wrote like three different versions of the song, and each time I just didn't seem to like the song. So it's all ska punk, and because it's a parody of like a Tony Hawk game you would find on Dreamcast, like Pro Skater 1 and 2, it's meant to have the same feel as like one of the songs you find in there. Also, there are flies in here. If you see me fucking with flies, or if there's a fly that, like, you know, fucking crawls on the lens or flies by the lens, that's why. There are flies in here. I've been trying to get rid of them for a while. I mean, I've got, like, this fucking... I got like this thing. It's like full of apple cider vinegar, and it's fucking gross. I have to catch them, and I fucking hate it. And yeah, but yeah, go ahead and check out the album. It's in the description. It's also on my other YouTube channel, Savo Cat Records, where I have my music there. The full album's on there, and on Bandcamp as well. So go ahead and check that out. And then last but not least, trigger warning for this book, because I feel like a trigger warning is necessary. It is also in the description if you do read the link, not the link, but the part where it says TW, that is the trigger warning. We're going to be talking about eating disorders, something that I personally have a lot of trouble with myself. I do have bulimia, and I think what's expressed in this book is anorexia, judging from what we discussed in the first chapter. Anorexia is not exactly the same as bulimia, but it's similar, parallel enough for me to, you know, understand that it's not only an eating disorder, but it's very serious. It's not small potatoes, if you know what I'm talking about. Actually, that's not, it wasn't meant to be a joke, but that was bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, but there's also childhood trauma, and there's also just like abuse mentioned, and grooming and things like that throughout this book. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with chapter 2. I will be taking off the cuff, like the sleeve again. I did put it on back last time, but I just am not a fan of reading with this thing on. I don't know why, but when like books come out, they always come out in the hardcover, and I'm not a fan of hardcover, because I would, you know, rather go without that, you know what I mean? Just, no, thank you. So anyway, but you can still see the title right there. Ooh. Here we go. I'm glad my mom died, Jeanette McCurdy. Shout out to Comrade Earthling. You can find Comrade Earthling on Instagram for getting me this book. I appreciate it. So far, I've been enjoying it. We're on chapter 2 now. Oh shit, I forgot to get myself a drink earlier. Oh wow. If we take a break, I will do that. So, yeah. So, Comrade Earthling, thank you for getting me this book. I'm happy to be able to read it. And now, we're going to read it. I have not read this far into the book yet, so this is new territory for me. Ooh, let me make sure I get centered there. There we go. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Chapter 2. One more row of clips and we'll be done, Mom says, speaking of the butterfly clips that she carefully pinning into my head. I hate this hairstyle. The rows of tightly wound hair fastening into place with painful scalp gripping little clips. I'd rather be wearing a baseball cap, but Mom loves this style and says it makes me look pretty. So butterfly clips it is. The one thing we mentioned in the last time we did this was that there's a lot of times where Jeanette McCurdy is making compromises, compromising her comfort for other people's desires, right? So it's if you remember, we talked about how Grandpa loves to take photos, and Jeanette McCurdy doesn't really like her picture taken, but Grandpa really loves those photos taken. It's not implied if it's lewd or graphic or anything yet, but it's still a breach of boundaries. And, considering that she's a kid at this point in time, she hasn't had the opportunity to even be given the tools to express boundaries. So I think that's important to highlight in this book, is that children are not children a lot of the times are not really given the tools to express when boundaries should be made. In fact, a lot of the time children are discouraged from being given that ability to create boundaries, especially with adults. At least I know I was, so yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, Mommy, I say, swinging my legs back and forth while I sit on the closed toilet seat lid. The leg swinging is a nice touch. Selling it. Okay. The house phone starts ringing. Shoot! Mom opens the bathroom door and leans out of it as far as she can go to grab the phone that hangs from the kitchen walls. She does all of this without letting go of the strand of my hair she's currently working on. So my whole body is leaned all the way over the same direction that Mom is. Hello, she says into the phone as she answers it. Uh-huh. What? 9 p.m.? That's the earliest? Whatever. Guess the kids will have to get through another night without their dad. That's on you, Mark. That's on you. Fucking Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. I'm sorry, I had to. I'm so sorry. Anyway, that's on you, Mark. That's on you. Mom slams the phone. That was your father, I figured. That man, Net, I tell ya, sometimes she takes a deep breath. Anxious breath. Sometimes it's just what? Well, I could have married a doctor, a lawyer, or an Indian chef. I finished for her sentence. I'm sorry, I finished for her since I know this catchphrase of hers so well. I asked her once which Indian... Oh, it's an Indian chief. I'm sorry, not chef. I misread. An Indian chief. I asked her once which Indian chief she dated, and she said she didn't mean it literally, that it's just a figure of speech, a way of saying she could have had anyone she wanted back in the day before she had children, which has made her less appealing. I told her I was sorry, and she said it was okay, that she'd much rather have me than a man. Then she told me I was her best friend, and kissed me on the forehead, and, as an afterthought, said that she actually did go on a few dates with a doctor, though taller and ginger, very financially stable. Mom keeps clipping my hair. Producers, too. Movie producers. Music producers. Quincy Jones once did a double take when he passed me on the street corner. Honestly, Net, not only could I have married any one of those men, but I should have. I was destined for a good life, for fame and fortune. You know how much I wanted to be an actress, but Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't let you, I say. But Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't let me, that's right. I wonder why Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't let her. But I don't ask. I know better than to ask certain types of questions. The ones that go too deep into specifics. Instead, I just let Mom offer up the information she wants to offer up, while I listen closely. and try to take in exactly the way she wants me to. Ow! Sorry, did I clip your ear? Yeah, it's okay. It's hard to see from this angle. Mom starts rubbing my ears. I'm immediately soothed. I know. I want to give you the life I never had. Net. I want to give you the life I deserve. The life my parents wouldn't let me have. Okay, I'm nervous about what's coming next. I think you should act. I think you would be a great little actress. Blonde, blue-eyed. You're what they love in that town. In what town? Hollywood! But isn't Hollywood far away? An hour and a half. Granted, freeways are involved. I'd have to learn how to drive freeways, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for you. Yet. Because I'm not like my parents. I want what's best for you. Always. You know that, right? Yeah. Mom pauses the way she does before she's about to say something she thinks is a part of a big moment. She bends around to look me in the eyes, still holding my unfinished hair strand. So what do you say? You want to act? You want to be mommy's little actress? There's only one right answer. Damn. I mean, that's not in the book. That was my response. The word damn was my response. Alright, so that was chapter 2. Like I said, these chapters are pretty short. Really short. We'll read like a few chapters and call it a day. Chapter 3. I don't feel ready. I know I'm not ready. The kid in front of me hops down from the stage steps in a way that confuses me. He doesn't seem nervous at all. This is just another day for him. Takes a seat next to the dozen or so other children who are already sitting because they've already performed their monologues. I look around at the boring, white-walled, undercurated room. I never saw that. Oh, no. You know what? It's the word is undecorated. Okay. Oh my god, I was like, wow, that's a word I've never seen before. Oh, I love when that happens. It's like, what is that word? Oh, it's undecorated. All right, let's continue. That was good. Good memes. All right. I look around at the boring, white-walled, undecorated, trying to keep a straight face, and the rows of kids in metal stackable chairs. Yeah. Got that out of my system. I thumb the paper in my hands nervously. I'm next. I got in line last so I would have more time to practice. A decision I now regret because my nerves have had more time to build. I never felt this way before. Sick to my stomach from my nerves. Go ahead, Jeanette. The man with the black ponytail and goatee deciding my fate tells me. I nod to him then step on stage. I set the piece of paper down so I have more freedom to use my hands for the gestures Mom instructed me to use. Then I begin my monologue on Jello Jigglers. My voice is shaky as I start out. I can hear it so loud in my head. I try to tune it out, but it just keeps sounding louder. I smile big and hope that Goatee doesn't notice. Finally, I get to the closing line, because Jello Jigglers makes me giggle. I giggle after that line, just like Mom told me. High-pitched and cutesy, with a little nose wrinkle at the tail end. I hope the giggle doesn't come across nearly as uncomfortable as I feel with it coming out of me. Goatee clears his throat, never a good sign. Tells me to try the monologue one more time, but loosen up a bit. Just do it simply, like you're talking to your friend. Oh, and don't do any of those hand gestures. God damn it, Mom! And it's funny because, I gotta blame myself for a second, because I was thinking to myself as I was reading that, wow, that's actually some good fucking acting advice. No. God damn it. I would not be a fucking movie star. Nope. God damn it, Mom. Alright. I'm gonna sit up a little bit. Book is kind of off screen, but whatever, right? Whew. I'm conflicted. The hand gestures are exactly what Mom told me to do. If I get to the waiting room and tell her I didn't do the hand gestures, she'll be disappointed. But if I get to the waiting room and I tell her I didn't get an agent, she'll be even more disappointed. I do the monologue again, losing the hand gestures, and it feels slightly better, but I can tell Goatee didn't get exactly what he wanted. I disappointed him. I feel awful. After I finish, Goatee calls out 9 names, including mine, and tells 5 other children they can go. I can tell only one of the kids understands that she's been rejected. The other 4 waltz out of the room like they're going to get ice cream. I feel bad for her, but good for myself. I'm a chosen one. Goatee tells us that Academy kids would like to represent us for background work, which means we'll stand in the background of scenes for shows and movies. I immediately know that Goatee is trying to make bad news sound good. By the way, that is his face is overly animated. I disagree with that. If you get a background job for a movie, that's still a paying, job. I've never had that opportunity to be in the background of a movie, but I know some of my friends have. And, of course you're not, giving the main monologue of, movies and stuff. You're not, if we were to compare the Fatima movie that I reviewed, you're not, the person who plays Lucia. You're one of the people looking at the sun falling towards the earth and freaking out, you know what I mean? But, no, I don't know if that's bad news trying to be good news, but I don't know anymore. Fuck it, I'm overanalyzing all of this. Once he lets us go, tell our moms in the waiting room, Goatee calls out, oh wait, did I fucking read this already? No, I did not. Once he lets us go to tell our moms in the waiting room, Goatee calls out 3 kids and asks them to stay. I linger, trying to be one of the last ones out of the room so I can hear what's going on with the 3 special children. The 3 even more chosen ones, Goatee tells them they have been selected to be represented as principal actors, meaning speaking actors. They did so well on their monologues that they are not being represented as human props, but rather as genuine, certified, worthy of speaking actors. I feel something uncomfortable brewing inside of me. Jealousy mixed with rejection and self-pity. Why am I not good enough to speak? I get out to the waiting room and run over to Mom, who is balancing her checkbook for the 4th time this week. I tell her that I've been chosen as a background actor and that she seems genuinely happy. I know this is only because she doesn't know that there is a higher tier that I might have been chosen for. I worry about her finding out. Mom starts filling out the representation paperwork. She points her pen at the dotted line I'm supposed to sign my name on. It's next to a dotted line she already signed. She has to sign too, since she's my guardian. What are we signing for? The contract just says that the agent gets 20% and we get 80%. 15% of that 80% will go into an account called a Coogan account, which you can access once you're 18. That's all the money that most parents let their kids have. But you're lucky. Mommy's not going to take any of your money except for my salary, plus essential. What are essentials? Why are you giving me the 3rd degree all of a sudden? Don't you trust me? I signed quickly. God damn it. Those are my words again, not hers. God damn it. But god damn it. Like, shit, you know? Shit. Just absolute, that's my reaction to that moment. Goatee comes out to give each of the parents feedback. He comes to Mom first and tells her that I have potential to do principal work. Potential? Mom asks critically. Yes, especially since she's only 6, so she's getting an early start. But why potential? Why can't she do principal work now? Well, I could tell her monologue. Wait, hold on. I could tell that I could tell in her monologue that she was very nervous. She seems quite shy. Getting over it. She will get over it. Goatee scratches his arm where there's a tattoo of a tree. He takes a deep breath like he's getting ready to say something he's nervous about saying. It's important that Jeanette wants to act in order for her to do well, he says. Oh, she wants this more than anything, Mom says, as she's signing on the next page of dotted line. What the fuck, Mom? Why are you fucking doing this? Like, why are you speaking for your damn kid? I know you're dead. I know that's why it's the name of your fucking book that's written about you. But why are you fucking speaking for your damn kid? What is wrong with you? Don't have children. This is why Roe v. Wade should not be fucking, overturned. Because selfish pieces of shit like you fucking do shit like this. Jesus Christ. Fucking, like, fundamentalist Christian brain. I swear to God. Mormon brain. Specifically Mormon brain for this book. God damn, I fucking hate people like this. Sorry, I got really heated there. I swear to God, it's like... I'm sorry. I got really mad for a second. I got really mad just now. I'm almost done reading this chapter, and I'm actually going to take a break because I actually want to get something to drink. I'm thirsty as fuck. Mom wants this more than anything, not me. That's correct, Jeanette. You know, those are my words. I keep doing that, I'm sorry. This day was stressful and not fun, and if given the choice, I would choose to never do anything like it again. On the other hand, I do want what Mom wants, so she's kind of right. Goatee smiles at me in a way that I wish I understood. I don't like when grown-ups make faces or sounds that I don't understand. It's frustrating. Makes me feel like I'm missing something. Heaviness. And then he walks away. Damn. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is next is chapter 4. So we will take a break. We will return to this. Like I said, I'm gonna go get some water. I am fucking thirsty as hell. I got like this Gatorade bottle. I also got another fucking Gatorade bottle over here. This has water in it already, but I'm still gonna go get some water because I'm fucking thirsty as shit. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. Go get some water, go take care of yourself, do some fucking self-care, go to the bathroom, smoke some dank if you got it or whatever, go walk your dog, you know, take your medicine, I don't know, like, change your laundry, I don't fucking know, do self-care. Alright, everyone. Hi! Oh my god, the camera's right there. So we're reading this book. This one. Fucking shit, you see why I hate these things. They're annoying. This book. Glad my mom died. And I want to remind everyone that I really don't, I haven't read this book entirely, but I really don't think that she means malice when she says that. And I'm glad my mom died. Well, paying attention to the theme of the story, clearly there's like a lot of pressure put onto her that, you know, especially in the last chapter, mom's making decisions for her that she doesn't want to make. You know what I mean? So, before we continue, just a little bit of housekeeping, that there is a new album that I had just recently released. The link is in the description. The project is called Turf Stomp. So the Bandcamp for Turf Stomp is in the description. Also, I'm fucking hot in here, so I did change my shirt, and it's still really fucking hot in here. In fact, you know what? Here. I'm gonna turn on the fucking fan. Hopefully the fan's not too loud. I found this fan, like, you know, the other day, like, on the street. And I'm just like, holy shit, it's a fan. Holy shit, it's a fan. Not a fan of me, but it's a fan. Also, I did get some drink. I put some flavor in it. It looks like blood a little bit. I may have added a little too much. It's black cherry. This black cherry, if you will. Anyway, so I figure let's not waste any more time. Like I said, the book is off screen. I mean, not much I could do about that, right? I just want to look. I want to be comfy and look comfy and all that. But you know what's interesting is that from an acting perspective, it's good that you know, the guy in the goatee is posing a really interesting point, and that is it's important that Jeanette wants to act in order for her to do well, right? Because if we remember from the previous chapter, Mom was talking about, you know, the dreams that, you know, Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't let her do. You know, what was it? But Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't let you, I say. But Grandma and Grandpa wouldn't let me. That's right. And it's just like, you know, what was it? I was dating producers and movie producers, music producers. Quincy Jones once did a double take. She's kind of romanticizing the whole, like, you know, being a Hollywood actor kind of thing. And, you know, I do think that Hollywood as a concept, like, of course it's the city and all that, but, like, Hollywood is very, like, very fetishized a lot. Like, it's interesting. Because when you're actually there, it's not what people make it out to be. Like, yes, there are, you know, there's the Walk of the Stars. There are big, you know, huge monuments like the Chinese amphitheater, and there's, like, you know, the theaters where they have, like, you know, Broadway plays. I forget what they're called. Some of them, Pantomos or something like that. I forget. I saw a couple of them there. Like, I've seen Avenue Q, the one with the puppets there. I've also seen Stomp, which I thought Stomp was really good, actually. It was, like, sort of before I started becoming a musician myself, and I was like, wow, this is really good, actually. Like, I actually gained a really big appreciation for percussive instruments because of that one. But it's really kind of broken, like, as a city. Like, there's a lot of funding for surveillance and the police there. Last time I was there, I was picking up hormone replacement therapy, estrogen and stuff like that from the LGBT center that's on, I think, Shaper Street or Stratter Street or something like that. And like, there's a lot of like cops just like walking around with like, and it's kind of insulting because, especially during the summer when Pride is a thing, there's a lot of cops just like wearing like rainbow colored like shit all over them, and yet they're the same cops are like still beating up homeless people, and I really hate that. And yes, there's a fucking fuck ton of over like surveillance in Hollywood. I just like, of course, like the acting industry and the film industry is its own can of worms. I don't really have my toes dipped into that very much. Um, I have acted though. Like, I have performed in plays, but that's not like a movie or a TV show or commercial even. They were mostly like school plays or, like plays I would perform for my local like community theater. So I have like, the basic know-how on how to act. I know. Well, plus I've also been on stage and performed live music in front of other people, and I know that like there are certain things to be aware of. Like the hand gesture thing kind of makes sense, but you can also kind of overdo it. Like if you're overdoing the hand gestures. The hand gesture, and I think it's good that the goatee dude brought up like how to talk to, someone like the commercial, like as if we're having a conversation, like we're talking to a friend. That's something that I learned to do even in my video essays, is to talk to someone or to talk to the microphone like they're a person. You know what I mean? Because if you do that, then you will sound more natural. You will sound more human. It's good to sound, especially if you're trying to persuade your audience. That's the big thing that they teach you in drama, is to persuade your audience. You also, like, notice how, like, right now I'm to the camera, I'm, like, facing kind of like this. Or rather, I should be facing like this. Looking into the camera. It's kind of hard for me to do because the screen's right here, but, like, it's good to be able to, like, make sure your body is open, projecting. That way, like, when you're, like, speaking to the audience, try to sound more convincing or persuasive, that they can see more of your body, see more of your facial expressions. Because your facial expression is also the thing that is conveying the message, as well as, like, the words that are coming out of your mouth. So is your body language. It's really like putting your body into the character that you are playing. So, yeah, there's my fucking amateur 101 drama fucking lessons for the... Like I said, I was never a fucking Hollywood star or anything. I'm not gonna pretend I was, but I did, like I said, I did do a little bit of acting here and there. Like, one time oh god, when I was in middle school, I fucking like, I performed in a play. It was a Shakespeare play. It was The Taming of the Shrew. And it wasn't until years later where I realized how fucking problematic that not a movie, but well, it's a movie, but it's a Shakespeare play. How problematic it was. Just like the movie, fuck it, whatever. The story is about like a priest who is just like trying to sell his daughter. And by the way, the dad of the priest is named Baptista, which was my character. And Baptista, there's the fly. Told you there would be a fly doing that. Baptista was trying to sell the daughter so she could be trained to, like, whoever was, gonna marry her and all that. But, like, Baptista had a lot of money that he was, like, willing to give whoever would marry her. And there was this man, this, like, like gallant man who was gonna like, you know, set her shit straight. And that's pretty much what it was. And so he just pretty much did like all this abusive shit to this woman. And it was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like Shakespeare. I don't like Shakespeare. I don't understand why Shakespeare gets a lot of notoriety. Maybe it's to be or not to be. That is the question. I don't fucking know. Like, honestly, like, I think Lucretius has asked more provocative questions, more thought-provoking questions than that, in my opinion. Anyway, let me just take one last swig of water, of blood. I don't know. It's not meant to be blood. You already know what it is. I just told you a second ago. I may have added a little too much there, though, if I must admit. But we're going to continue now with Chapter 4. It's 3 a.m., the Friday after signing the Academy Kids, when Mom wakes me for the first day of background work on a show called The X-Files. Holy shit, The X-Files? Are you fucking kidding me? You were on The X-Files? You have no fucking idea. Okay, just real quick. I saw the X-Files movie when it came out in theaters. And, like, I cried at the end because the movie was too scary. Alright. My call time isn't until 5 a.m., but since Mom's scared about driving freeways for the first time, she wants to get a head start and leave plenty early. Wow, in LA traffic is awful. Look at me, getting over my fear for you, Mom says, as we pile into our 1999 Ford Windsor minivan. We arrive at 20th Century Fox Studios an hour early. So we walk around for a bit in the dark. When we pass the giant Luke Skywalker vs. Darth Vader mural on the side of one of the sound stages, Mom squeals with delight, whipping out her disposable camera and snaps a picture of me standing in front of it. I feel embarrassed, like we don't belong here. By 4:45 a.m., Mom figures it's close enough to my call time to show up. So we check in just outside the soundstage with a short, bald production assistant. He tells us we're early, but we can stop by Background Crafty before it's time to head to set. Background Crafty is a cool place. It's a tent at the end. It's a tent at the edge of the sound stage with food everywhere, cereal and candy in jugs of coffee, and orange juice, and silver trays of breakfast foods, pancakes and waffles, and scrambled eggs and bacon. Yum, except for the scrambled eggs, not the eggs. I hate eggs. And it's free, Mom says excitedly as she wraps various muffins and croissants in napkins and tucks them into her oversized Payless purse to give to my brothers later. There's a bunch of whole eggs sitting in a tray. Mom says they're hard-boiled. I pluck one out and try it. Mom teaches me how to roll the egg on a hard surface to crack the shell. Then peel the shell off the egg white. I sprinkled it with salt and pepper and gave it a big bite. I love it. I grabbed a bag of Ritz Bits mini cheese sandwiches too. I could get used to this. Excuse me. Apologies. Natural human body gas shit. You know, whatever. By the time I get to the last bite of the egg, all of the other background kids there are 30 of us, have shown up, and we're all called to set at once. We trail behind the bald PA as he guides us to the soundstage where we'll be shooting. As soon as we cross onto the soundstage, I am in awe. The ceiling is so high, and it's covered with hundreds of lights and poles. There's the smell of fresh wood, and the sound of hammers and drills. Many people in cargo pants past us. Some of them with tools hanging from their belts. Some of them with clipboards in their hands and whispering urgently into walkie-talkies. There's something magical about this. It feels like so much is happening. We get to set, and the director, a small man with light brown hair long enough to tuck under his ears, like mine. There you go. Right? Anyway. Where am I? Shit, I got distracted with my fucking hair ears. Oh yes. We get to the set, and the director, a small man with light brown hair long enough to tuck under his ears, ushers us in, talking quickly and frantically. He looks at me and the other 29 children and tells us excitedly that we will be all playing children who are stuck in a gas chamber and suffocating to death. Okay, pause. Can we reread that again? He looks at me and the other 29 children and tells us excitedly, keyword excitedly, that we will all be playing children who are stuck in a gas chamber and suffocating to death. Bro, what's wrong with you? What? I imagine this is like Jeanette's first acting gig, right? Like, wow, this is grim. Anyway. I nod along, trying to remember each and every word so I can relay them to Mom on the drive home when she asks, "Suffocating to death, got it." God damn it. Wow, that's grim. That's fucking morbid, dude. Anyway, the director tells us all where to stand, and I'm near the back of the blob of children until he asks for the smaller kids to come to the front. So do I. Then he points to each of us rapidly, one after the other, and says to give him our best. Scared to death face. I'm the 9th or 10th kid he points to, and after I give my face, he tells the cameraman sitting next to him to get a close-up of me. I have no idea what this means, but I assume it's good because the director winks at me after he says it. Don't be fucking weird, director. Jesus. One more, even more scared. The director shouts at me. I widen my eyes a bit, hoping that will work. It does, I think, since he said, got it, moving on. Pats me on the head, or no, pats me on the back. The rest of the day consists of segments of set work and school work, which we are required to do on set. You're supposed to do schoolwork while you're doing what? Whatever. So we go back and forth between the two. Since mom homeschools me, she pulls out my schoolwork for the day and paperclipped all of the worksheets together into a little packet. The 12-year-old girl seated next to me in the schoolroom keeps elbowing me and telling me we don't have to do any schoolwork if we don't want to because we're background actors, and the studio teachers assigned to background actors don't care how much work gets done because they just want to teach the principal actors. Okay, so I actually did not know that. If you were a child star or a child actor, regardless, I actually did not know that they still had you doing schoolwork in the studio. That actually is news to me. That's interesting. I try my best. Oh, by the way, it says principal actors, like school principal, not principal, like this is the principal point. I don't know which is correct. I'm learning this. I'm learning this stuff. So be it. I try my best to ignore her and fill out my page on the state capitals. After our half hour or so, tongue twister, schoolwork segments, we're pulled from the classroom by the PA to go do the scene again. The same scene, the whole day, the same scene. I have no idea keep doing this one scene so many times, and I figured it's best not to ask questions. But I noticed that each time I come back to the set, the camera is on a new person. It's in a new position. So I have a feeling that it has something to do with that. Oh well, at least every time I'm brought on set, I get to see Mom. Each time the PA walks us kids back to the set, we pass the quote-unquote background parents holding room, where all the parents are stuffed into a small bungalow. I wave to Mom, who notices me every single time. No matter how engrossed in her Woman's World magazine she is, she dog ears the page, looks up at me, smiles big, and gives me a thumbs up. We are so connected. By the end of the day, I am exhausted. It's been 8.5 hours of being on set and doing schoolwork and walking from the stage to do schoolwork and taking directions and hearing drills and smelling smoke. There was a fog machine on the gas chamber set to enhance the ambience. It's been a long day, and I haven't particularly enjoyed it, but I did like the hard-boiled eggs. I strongly disagree with you, Jeanette. I fucking hate eggs. Eggs are fucking gross. I'm sorry. And there's no way you can prepare it that will convince me to like it. I've been trying to eat eggs for years. Eggs are gross, Jeanette. I politically disagree with you on eggs. Like, I swear, there are people who make omelets and they put, like, all this shit on it. Like, sometimes they'll put chocolate on it. Sometimes they'll put, like, honestly, like, the stuff they put on omelets is good. Like, you know, onions and guacamole and stuff. I imagine it tastes great for anyone who tries it. But, no. I fucking hate omelets. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, scrambled eggs? Like, ugh. It's fucking gross. Nasty as fuck. I remember one time I had like a pancake from this other classroom who was giving away food at school, and they had like, it had egg in it, and I didn't know what was in the pancake until like I was like halfway through the pancake. I was like, ugh, that shit's nasty. I don't know, the only time I like egg is maybe when it's like in fried rice, and even then it's just like, maybe fucking not. I don't know, like, ugh. I'm not vegan either. Like, I just don't like eggs. Like, if a vegan's gonna try to tell me that an egg is an abortion, fuck, bitch, you convinced me. You convinced me right there. I mean, I don't know. I just hate eggs. I think eggs are gross. Like, just in my taste buds. I'm not gonna debate that whole thing right now. Anyway. Suffocating to death, Mom says eagerly. God damn it, Mom, what's wrong with you? Why is this chapter so morbid? Why? Suffocate. I can't say that with a straight face. Suffocating to death, Mom says eagerly on our way home. As she recounts everything I told her about the day. And in a close-up, that's gonna really show off how good you are. I bet once this airs, Academy kids are gonna beg you to be a principal actor. Beg! Mom shakes her head in disbelief as she taps the steering wheel with excitement. She seems so carefree in this moment. I try to soak in her expression as deeply as I can. I wish she was like this more often. You're gonna be a star, Nettie! I just know it! You're gonna be a star! Chapter 5. Real quick, so this is like a criticism more of myself than anything. But there are multiple times when I just read this previous chapter where I was saying to myself, wow, the mom's really supportive. Like, it was really cool that, like, you know, it felt cool, rather. I'm gonna correct myself there. It felt cool, like, to hear, like, Mom teaching her how to crack a boiled egg. You know, it felt cool to hear Mom, like, you know, giving her support and enthusiasm and, like, being there for her, cheering her on, smiling every time she saw her kid. But, like, you know, every time I had that feeling, you know, I said in my head, yeah, this is what Mom wants, though, not what the kid wants. And, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's when that, you know, little illusion broke. Because if I were to keep going with that illusion, I would find myself saying, wow, Jeanette, you're an ungrateful brat. You know, how dare you disrespect your mom with a title like, I'm glad my mom died. Because we're here for the nuance, right? That's what the whole press is about. That's why the press is, like, bagging her on this. Well, not completely, but for the most part it is in several ways, saying that, like, you know, she's an ungrateful brat, how dare she speak about her mom this way and stuff, like saying that her mom is better off dead or something. It's like, no, this book is about how her mom chose her life, like how her mom chose Jeanette's life for like the next 30 years, you know? So that's why I think it's important that, you know, when we have these moments where we think about how, wow, the mom is super supportive. Bitch, no she ain't, you know? So we gotta correct ourselves. We gotta look inward, you know? I'm just drinking the blood of, you know, Proud Boys in this, this thing. This is just like splattered it on the table. Either the blood of Adam Wafen. Adam Waffles. There you go. Alright, I'm thinking... Let me see. Oh boy, let me see. Chat. This is page 20. And this... Okay. Alright. Yeah. One more chapter. This one is 7 pages. Nothing I can't do, but that's gonna be it for today. It's the longest chapter I've read so far, I think. Okay. I do want to kind of see if there's people talking in chat. I'm curious. No? No one's talking in chat. That's cool. Some people just like to listen, and that's valid. I'm glad that people have been enjoying this. Alright. So, it looks like this next chapter is just from, like, a cursory glance. It's involving religion and the church and stuff. So, I do want to say, for those listening, that not all people who are of faith are exactly the same. There are a lot of very evil people who are Christians or identify as Christians. But that is not everyone. This book focuses on Mormon religion. I am a former Catholic, so I can't speak from experience on what it is like to be Mormon. But I do have very close friends, very, very, very close friends who are ex-Mormon and have said some really terrible things about the church and their institutions. But I'm just saying that if I start talking about religion and stuff, I am not speaking about it from an ex-Mormon perspective. So I'm actually kind of just speaking like from what my friends have told me and also from what the book has said and all that. The Mormon church is fucked. It's like really fucked. I don't know. I don't know if it's more or less fucked than the Catholic Church or even the evangelical church for that matter. They're all kind of fucked, you know. So that's just my opinion. Okay, let's read. Let's do it. Chapter 5, and we'll call it a day. We have to leave the church in 15 minutes, Mom shouts from the other room before I hear the distant smack of a makeup brush being thrown against the mirror. She must have gotten her eyeliner crooked again. You know what, Mom? Valid. I get it. I get it. I get it. Not the yelling at the kids, but like just the eyeliner part, like getting so fucking mad about that. I get it. Ah! The church my family goes to is in Garden Grove, 6th Ward of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Grandma was baptized a Mormon when she was 8, and then Mom was baptized a Mormon when she was 8. Just like I'm gonna be baptized a Mormon when I'm 8. Because that's when Joseph Smith said you become accountable for your sins. Before then, you can sin scot-free. I hate religion so much. My words. Even though both grandma and mom were baptized, they didn't go to church. I think they were the perk. I think they wanted the perk of going to heaven without doing the legwork. Wow, that's pretty fucking common right there. But then, right after mom was diagnosed with cancer, we all started attending church service. I just knew the Lord would help me get better if I was a good and faithful servant. Mom explained to me. Oh, so we started going to church when we wanted something from God? I asked. Good fucking question, Jeanette. Pretty much the motto of my channel is questioning authority. And good fucking job. I am proud of you for that. I don't care how old you were. Good job. You deserve a fucking gold star. No, even though mom was laughing when she said it, she sounded kind of nervous, maybe even a little annoyed, and then she switched the subject to how handsome Tom Cruise looked in the new Mission Impossible 2 trailer. I've never again asked when or why we started going to church. I don't need to know the specifics of why we go to church to know that I love it. Valid, Jeanette. Very valid. I love the smell of the chapel. Pine-scented tile cleaner and a whiff of burlap. I love my primary classes and all the songs about faith and Jesus. Like, I hope they call me on a mission and Book of Mormon stories. And my personal favorite, popcorn popping, which, come to think of it, I'm not sure had anything to do with the faith or Jesus. It's about popcorn popping in an apricot tree. I don't know if I stretch it far enough. Maybe it has to do with that one guy who was hanging out in the tree in the Bible. I don't know. Zukesis or something like that? Zacchaeus? I forget the name of the whatever at this point. I don't know. But more than anything, I love the escape. Church is beautiful, peaceful, 3-hour weekly reprieve from the place I hated the most, home. Home, like church, is in Garden Grove, California, a town not so affectionately referred to by its inhabitants as Garden... I'm sorry, that. Let me rephrase that again. Home, like church, is in Garden Grove, California, a town not so affectionately referred to by its inhabitants as Garbage Grove, because, as Dustin puts it before Mom always shuts him up, there's a lot of white trash here. Also, if I remember correctly, the punk band The Offspring are from Garden Grove. Yeah. I do like The Offspring a lot. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. So there's that. We get a good deal on renting the house since Dad's parents own it, but apparently not good enough since Mom's always complaining about it. We shouldn't have to pay anything at all. That's what family's for. She'll vent to me while doing dishes or filing her nails. If they don't leave the house to your father in their will, I swear. You know, that's valid. Fuck landlords, especially if those landlords are your fucking family. God damn. We're late on our rent just about every month. Mom's always crying about it, and the payments are often short. Mom's always crying about that too. Sometimes it's just not quite enough not quite enough, even though Mom, Dad, Grandpa, and Grandma all chip in. Grandpa and Grandma moved in with us temporarily while Mom was battling cancer. We just wound up staying even after we went into remission because it worked out better for everyone. Mom calls it the curse of minimum wage. And we talked about minimum wage on this channel because, the bosses, if there was no minimum wage, they would pay you even less. Grandpa works as a ticket taker at Disneyland. Fucking shit, I'm sorry, Grandpa, that is a terrible job. Any job at Disneyland is terrible. I worked at Six Flags Magic Mountain for 3 years. I can't imagine working at fucking Disneyland. Fucking hate theme park job. I have a whole video about me working at Six Flags. Fuck that job. Oh my god. Whew. Where was I? Grandma works as a receptionist at a retirement home. Dad makes cardboard cutouts for Hollywood Video and works in the kitchen design department at Home Depot. And Mom went to beauty school but says back her career. Plus, the hair bleaching fumes are toxic, so she picks up shifts at Target around the holidays, but says her main job is ensuring I make it in Hollywood. Even though the rent payments are often short and almost always late, we've never been kicked out. And I feel like if anybody but Dad's parents owned the house, we probably would have been kicked out by now. Part of me fantasized about that. If we got kicked out, that means we'd have to move somewhere else. And if we have to move somewhere else, that means we'd have to pack up the stuff we want to take with us into moving boxes. And if we have to pack up stuff into moving boxes, that means we'd have to sort through all of the stuff in this house and get rid of it. And that sounds wonderful. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. You do you, Jeanette. I don't like moving, and I don't like the idea of packing shit into boxes. I also don't like the idea of throwing certain things away. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, Jeanette. Some things, it's little things, it's small things, not like huge disagreements, but some things I just don't think I agree with you on, but that's okay. You know what? I get it. It's just, I guess I just have bad experiences with moving. I've been evicted by really shitty landlords in like slumlord apartments and shit. And that's never fun. I've had to last minute, move. And again, that's never fun. But that's, that's not, your life, and it shouldn't be anyone's life. Fuck that. Okay. Our home hasn't always been like this. I've seen pictures from before, I was born, where it actually looked pretty normal. A humble house with a little clutter, nothing out of the ordinary. My brother says it began when mom got sick, that when she started not being able to let go of things, that would mean it started when I was 2. Since then, the problem has only gotten worse. Our garage is filled floor to ceiling with stuff. Stacks of plastic bins are filled with old papers and receipts and baby clothes and toys and tangled jewelry and journals and Christmas decorations and old candy bar wrappers and expired makeup and empty shampoo bottles and broken mug pieces in Ziploc bags. I mean, my room's a fucking mess. I can't judge, but holy fucking shit, that's... I don't like... I guess in that respect, Jeanette, I don't blame you for wanting to get rid of it all. I think I get it. I think I understand now where your perspective was before. The garage has 2 entrances, the back door and the main garage door. It's nearly impossible to get through the garage if you enter by the back door because there's hardly enough space for a walking path. But even on the off chance you were able to elbow your way through the path, you won't want to. We have a rat and possum problem. So the only thing you'll see on your sliver path is dead rats and possums stuck in the traps Dad places every few weeks. The dead rats and possums stink. Ugh. Since you can't really walk through the garage, our second fridge is placed strategically at the very front of the garage so we can open the main garage door and access it easily. Easily is an overstatement. Our garage door is the only manual one of the block, and so heavy that it broke its 2 own hinges. The door used to make a loud clicking sound once Dad or Marcus, the only 2 in the household strong enough to lift it, heaved it up high enough. And once the clicking sound happened, the garage door could stay up on its own. Well, not anymore. A few years back, after the garage door clicked, it came crashing right back down again, and it never been able to support itself since. So now, going to the garage has become a 2-person job. Whoever opens the heavy garage door, typically Marcus, has to hold it up with their entire body to avoid it slamming down on top of them, while the other person, typically me, retrieves whatever needs to be retrieved from the garage. The times when Marcus and I are asked to retrieve something from the garage are scary. When Marcus holds up the garage door and his face winces underneath the weight of it, and I race to open the overstuffed fridge as quickly as possible and locate the needed food item in the sea of other food items, I feel like I'm Indiana Jones and treasure before the boulder comes crashing down to me. I find that kind of cute, actually. It also reminds me of Sonic Adventure, the Lost World level. I think it's like stage 9, where like you enter that room and it's like you pass the checkpoint and it's just like you have to go like Sonic speed to be able to like avoid the rolling fiery boulder. And I'm sure that they probably got that from Indiana Jones as well. I'm pretty fucking sure. I love Sonic Adventure. I have like an undying love for it. Not an unconditional love, but an undying love. I definitely have my criticisms of that game. I would like... Oh yeah! Oh yes, by the way! Oh shit! You know what? Oh sorry, I lost my place now. But you know what? You know what today is? Okay, besides the release of my album, it is the anniversary of when that game came out in the US. It was September 9, 1999. 999999999. So we gotta sing happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha, whatever, fuck it. I just really love that game, and I was just like, as soon as I thought about that game, I was like, holy shit, it's the anniversary of that fucking game! But yeah, the Dreamcast and Sonic Adventure came out on this day in 1999. So I just wanted to be a nerd there for a second. Hope that was okay. Anyway. The bedrooms are bad too. I remember a time when Marcus, Dustin, and Scott slept in their trundle bunk beds, and I slept in my nursery. But now our bedrooms are so filled with stuff that you can't even determine where the beds are alone, let alone sleep in them. We don't sleep in the bedrooms anymore. Trifold mats were purchased from Costco for us to sleep on the living room. I'm pretty sure that the mats were meant for kids' gymnastic exercises. I do not like sleeping on mine. This house is an embarrassment. This house is shameful. I hate this house. I hate how being inside it makes me feel tense and anxious. And all week long, I look forward to my 3-hour escape in the land of testimonies and pine-scented tile cleaners. I think I get that, because I mean I currently do live in a very fucking dirty ass fucking place, and yeah, it always does feel tense here, even when it's like there's downtime. And I think even when I was growing up and I did live in certain like, you know, dirty places, that yeah, I too also did feel like very anxious and like what Jeanette McCurdy had described before. It's like a held breath, you know? That's why it's so upsetting to me that my family can never get out the door on time, no matter make it happen. Come on, everybody! Move, move, move! I shout while I buckle my left shoe. Dustin and Scotty are just now waking up. They rub the crust out of their eyes as Grandpa clumsily steps over their Costco beds. Grandma and Grandpa sleep on the couch in what used to be my nursery, but has since transformed into their bedroom / storage room for more stuff. You each have 10 minutes to eat breakfast and change and brush your teeth, I say to Dustin and Scott as they head to the kitchen to haphazardly pour themselves cereal. Lucky Charms for Dustin and Count Chocula for Scott. I can tell by their eye rolls that they think I'm bossing them around, but it doesn't feel like bossiness to me. It feels like desperation. I want order. I want peace. I want my 3-hour reprieve. from this place. I think I get it, you know? Maybe they perceive it as bossiness. And you know what? I get it because, like, you know, I wouldn't want to be yelled at like that either. But on the other hand, I also do understand that, you know, she just spent like 2 pages explaining why she fucking hates living there. So I get it. It's valid. It makes sense. Did you guys hear me? I asked to no response. Grandpa stands in the corner of the kitchen, buttering his toast, and the amount of butter he's using stresses me out. A pat that size is costly. Mom always tells me he uses half a stick of butter every time, and we can't afford it, and his diabetes can't afford it either. Grandpa, can you use a little less butter? You're gonna upset Mom. Huh? Grandpa calls out. I swear to God, he haunts me whenever I ask him something he doesn't want to respond to. Exacerbated, I head out and spread open the white thing on the gray carpet in the living room. The white thing is a poorly named thin, white, floral patterned square that folds into 3 10-inch by 10-inch segments. This trifold square serves as our table. Apparently, we have a thing for trifolds in our household. So I splay out the white thing as Dustin and Scotty walks single file into the living room. They're walking like they are on a tightrope with just as much focus as tightrope walkers because they're both overfilled. They both overfilled their bowls with milk and cereal to the point that the milk sloshes over the sides of the bowl and lands on the gray carpet. Mom tells them every single day how much she hates when their milk spills on the carpet and how it gives off a sour smell. But no matter how many times she tells them, they just keep overpouring their milk and cereal. Nobody listens around here. Also, don't cry over spilled milk. Seriously, don't cry over spilled milk. I remember the last time I cried over spilled milk, I felt really silly. Crying is good. Crying over spilled milk, I mean, just get a napkin and wipe it up. I don't know. Just, even if it's on a carpet, I mean, just get a napkin and damp it up. Whatever. Mom hasn't yet put on her church shoes because she saves putting them on for the last minute since they make her bunions throb. I don't know what that means, but okay. So, I know that the second she steps onto the milk top carpet, she'll rip off her tights. Demand that we stop at Rite Aid on the way so she can get a new pair of tights. Shit, Mom? Seriously? Damn. If we stop at Rite Aid, that'll cut into my 3-hour escape. We cannot stop at Rite Aid. I rush into the towel closet on my way. I pass the bathroom. I press my ears against the closed door, and I hear Grandma complaining on the phone with a friend. Jean left, or Sean? I don't know if they're talking about Jeanette or not. Jean left the price tag on the sweater she got me. She does that whenever she gets something on sale. but wants to pretend she paid full price. It's pretty sneaky of her. Anyway, I went to Mervin's and saw the sweater there. 70% off. She didn't even spend $15 for me. Okay, anyone remember Mervin's? Holy shit, I haven't been to Mervin's in ages. There used to be a Mervin in the Burbank Mall. And then now it's the Burlington's store, I think. It's, I don't know. Just wanted to bring that up. Also, I actually don't have anything else to say. Grandma, get out! The boys need to get in, I shouted as I bang on the bathroom door. Why do you hate me? Grandma yells. She always does that when she's on the phone with someone. Tries to make herself look like a victim. I get to the towel closet and grab the little red dish towel, Christmas lights on it, wet the ends of it with the kitchen faucet, and press the wet end of the milk-soaked carpet. I look to see Dustin and Scotty eating on the white thing. Scott chews silently and with an even and measured slowness, almost like he's in slow motion. Where is the urgency? Where is the purpose? Dustin chews with his mouth open, loud and chomping. Urgent, but not efficient. I check the clock. 11:12 a.m. Somehow, we have to get out the door and in the van in 8 minutes, so we can get to church from the 11:30 for the 11:30 service. Hurry it up, slowpokes! I barked at my brothers while pressing my full body weight onto the wet Christmas towel on the milk carpet. Shut up, poop smear. Wow, that's fucking vulgar. Scotty snaps at me back. Those are my words with the vulgar part. Scotty said, shut up, poop smear. Scotty snaps at me back. Holy shit, poop smear? Fucking poop smear? Damn. Poop smear. Damn, that's... I know they're Mormon and all, so they can't swear, but... Wow, that is a hell of a swear. Poop smear. Damn. That's really something of a... Like, I don't know. You know the word shithead, right? Like, god damn it, fuck you, shithead, you know? I think poop smear has a bit of a bigger bite than shithead, you know? Poop smear, I'm gonna start saying that. Fucking poop smear, fuck off, get away from me, poop smear. Grandpa steps over me as breadcrumbs spill out of his paper towel wrapped toast. Grandma crosses in from the other end of the room, wrapped in a towel shabby enough that you can see through it. Disgusting. Her perm is clipped into place with a makeshift head wrap, like made out of toilet paper and hair clips. You happy, little girl? I'm out of the bathroom now, she says as she heads to the kitchen. I ignore Grandma and tell my brothers that the bathroom is free so they can go brush their teeth while I put their cereal bowls in the sink. Through an act of God, we may just be able to make it to church on time. I'm elated. I lift the wet Christmas towel from the milk spot. I head to the kitchen to re-wet it for round 2 when Mom crosses through and heads to the living room. Anxiety fills my body. I'm just about to warn Mom, but by the time she's out of the kitchen, I know it's too late. What is this? Mom asks in a tone that makes me know she knows exactly what she is in, what it is he just stepped in. I told my mom I already started cleaning it up, so the wetness is mostly just water, but it doesn't matter. Her mood has already switched. She's already ripping off her tights and calling for Dad, saying that we're gonna need to stop at Rite Aid so she can get a new pair. I wonder if there's something different I could have done to get us out the door faster. I wonder if there's something I could do in the future. We all pile into the van and head to Rite Aid. Maybe we'll make it to church in time for popcorn popping. Alright, next chapter is chapter 6. Wow, that was really something. Now, I just want to make it known that, like, and by the way, I don't exactly agree with every little thing that Jeanette does, but we have to remember that, like, Jeanette experiences a lot of anxiety in all of this, and all of her anxiety is rooted in her mom. Like, she thinks about her mom before she thinks about herself, you know? Like, especially with, like, bossing the brothers around and stuff. I'm sure she doesn't want to boss her brothers around, you know? Especially since she dedicated this book to her brothers. But it's like, you know, I don't agree with her, you know, yelling at her brothers or yelling at her grandpa or yelling at her grandma. But the point is not that she, like, is a bossy bitch and, you know, yelled at her grandma, grandpa, and her brothers. The point is that she wanted to get the fuck she could be out of that really clustered and anxious environment that, you know, is a product of her mom's hoarding behavior. And, like, it's also, like, all the times that she did stuff, like, you know, like when she was damping the floor and, you know, trying to get her brothers to not spill the milk and stuff, she only cared about the milk because of her mom. And it's her mom that she cares about the most here. And that's why it's like, I think a lot of people kind of miss the point here, is that, like, sometimes we're, like, literally a product of our environment, you know? So, yeah. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I appreciate everyone who did hang out, who did, you know, just come to listen in. No one chatted. That's okay. But I know people will hang out afterwards, and or not afterwards, but see this, you know, stream afterwards. And to those, I say, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and all that. And do check out this book in the description below. There's a link for you to go get it. Also, like I said, I have a new album out under the music project Turf Stomp. Go check out that Bandcamp link in the description. And also, do donate to my Ko-Fi. It helps me eat, helps me pay rent, and all that, you know, good, necessary bullshit we have to do under this capitalist hellscape. But until next time, I'm Skylar. Peace the fuck out. I don't know. Bye. Mwah.